Hello, this is Leslie Lee, and welcome to Simply Tarot, where I give intuitive advice to empower your life. This is a pick your card reading, where we'll determine what changes you're undergoing at this time, what changes are happening to you, to your body, to your mentality that can affect you now and in the future. This is card 1, cards 2, cards 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'll have the timestamps in the description area below. And as always, we'll start with cards 1. If you pick cards 1, the changes you are undergoing are: you have 4 chalices, serendipity, and choosing your path. All is possible. Okay, these cards are telling me that there is something in your life presently that you are disappointed with, that you're not as satisfied with as you want it to be, and you are kind of at a loss on where to go from here because of that disappointment. And this disappointment could be something that came from something you really wanted, something you were really working towards, some kind of goal you set for yourself that you believe you were going to achieve, and there may have been an issue with obtaining that goal the way you expected. And I'm getting the disappointment with the 4 of chalices. I'm seeing her not really looking at what's being offered, because I have a sense that the opportunity is now gone. The opportunity came and she missed it, or the opportunity isn't what she expected, so she declined it or turned it away. And this opportunity or this situation can even be a love relationship, a person, something said, something you wanted to be said, something you needed to hear that didn't come the way you were wanting, the way you envisioned it. And with the serendipity card, I am feeling a sense of this was your goal. This was your wish. This was something you really were hoping for or working towards. And I'm just getting a sense that it didn't come out the way you were hoping. And so with the choose your path card, it's telling me that this has left you at a place where now you got to figure out what to do now, which way to go now, how to move forward, how to proceed, how to continue on to get the goal you were wanting, or to get your next goal, or just to stay on your path. And so what's changing with you is that you have to realize a way to let the disappointment go, even if this disappointment is regret, even if it's guilt, even if it's something within you that you have to forgive or you're hoping to forgive. This is the next step for you, because this is where you're changing. This is a pivotal point for you. You have to find a way to let go of that dissatisfaction, to let go of that disappointment or that resentment, and to move forward so you can get to your goal, so you can choose which path you're going to take, so you can feel like you're back on track. So yeah, this is definitely a change of mentality that is needed at this time. Okay, moving on. If you pick card 2, let's see what changes you're undergoing. All right, let's see. You have TikTok, 8 of Pentacles, and Desert Passage. Trust there's a divine plan. Now with these cards, I do feel work is definitely a big focus here. And I'm definitely seeing racing against the clock, racing against time, racing against deadlines. I feel like with these cards, the changes you're undergoing is how to manage your time. Time management is a big theme with these cards, and it can be with your work, it can be with your relationships. It is a general reading. However, I do feel like the thing that you do with your hands, the thing that you do with your mind, the things you create, even if it's a creative project or some hobby or something that is taking up a lot of your time and a lot of your attention, you have to manage it some sort of way to create balance so things aren't so demanding on you. And Desert Passage is a card that talks about going off in solitude or in isolation to heal yourself, to work on your mentality, to become centered and to get aligned with what it is you want and how much time and effort you have to put in it to obtain that. So with the tick-tock card, I definitely see time slipping through your hands. I definitely see time flying by, time getting away from you, that sort of thing. There's just not enough time for all the things that you're working on, all the things that you're putting your energy and effort into. So the change you're undergoing at this time is learning to balance. It's learning to manage, time management. It's learning to not scatter yourself too thin, to prioritize and put what's most important on the front burner, to work on one thing at a time, to not work on so much at once, to just focus on that one thing until it's done and then move on to the next. Definitely. It's a mentality thing here. And whatever obstacles you're going through at this time, this is the change that it's trying to push upon you. Time management, definitely. Okay, let's move on. Alright. If you pick cards 3, let's see what changes you're undergoing. You have 5 of Athame, by the book, and navigating the stars. Navigating by the stars. Follow your bliss. Okay, with these cards, I am definitely picking up you undergoing a change where you're trying to move away from what's not working for you. And this is definitely to do with relationships. There is definitely some sort of moment here where you may have felt backstabbed, where you may have felt betrayed, where someone you trusted hurt you or did something that you would never think or thought they would do. And I'm getting with by the book and the navigating card that you are off on your journey, that you're trying to find better, that you are moving towards what is best for you. And you're trying to do this in a way that is good for you, where you have your integrity, where you have your honesty, where you're doing what is right for you. You're not trying to do anything sneaky or underhanded. I do feel the navigating by stars can give a sense of doing something underhanded or doing something that others may not appreciate, but I feel like that's mostly on the other party than you. It's giving this feel of something going on where it's just not right, someone taking advantage, someone taking you for granted, that sort of thing. And the change here, the change that's happening with you is that you're learning who to trust. You're learning about the people who are surrounding you and who to trust, who to confide in, who not to tell your secrets to. Because like I said, navigating by stars is definitely giving me the feeling of secrets. You know, it's giving me a feeling of doing something at night under the shadow, under a disguise or the guise of the darkness, you know? So you're trying to move out of that. You're trying to move towards the light. You're trying to move towards honesty. I'm getting a lot of trust here. I'm getting a lot to do with integrity and the lack thereof, especially towards the other party. There's a lot going on here that's telling me that whoever around you isn't as honest with you or don't want to tell the truth around you or not being who they are, authentic, genuine, it's time to move on. And if you may suspect that this person can be you, the cards are advising you to move past that, to become something bigger than that, you know, to improve yourself, to not be like those people who hurt you or who betrayed you, that sort of thing. So it could go either way. I mean, this is a general reading, but the majority of what I'm feeling is that you are trying to move away from the negativity and from the people who are not themselves, who are not true, who are not honest, you know? And that's the changes that you're undergoing. You're trying to figure out a way to do this and feel good about it. You know, you're trying to find a way to move forward without looking back, without any regrets or second guesses, you know? And that's a good thing, because anytime you're trying to get away from what is bad for you is definitely a good thing. Okay, moving on. Moving on to cards 3 or 4. If you pick cards 4, let's see what changes you're undergoing. Okay, you have the Wild Hunt. This is also the Tower in traditional tarot. New Life and Surrendering to the Journey. Release control. Okay, what I see with these cards is that you are trying to embrace something new in your life, some new journey, some new adventure, some new endeavor, some new goal, that sort of thing. I do see with the Hunt card here that there may have been a change recently, or you may be afraid of change, especially abrupt change. And the Release Control card, Surrender to the Journey, is asking you to release your expectations on how things should go or will go. To just break it down in more simpler terms, you might be afraid of change. You might be afraid of letting go of control or letting go of the reins. And it's time for you to do that. Any obstacles you may be going through at this time is kind of pushing you towards coming out of your comfort zone so you can embrace change and create something new for yourself. So it's almost like an ending is being forced upon you so a new beginning could happen in your life. And it's asking you to surrender to that, to let go of your need to control or let go of your need to predict the outcome and just let it flow, you know, like go with the flow of things. So that is definitely what I'm picking up with these cards, especially with the Wild Hunt card here. I see the horses and it looks like deer are on the horses. And that just gives me a lot of imagery about reins, you know, having control, holding on to the reins, and it's time to release that. Release control and allow that new life or that new thing or that new beginning to come into your life and create change. You definitely are trying to embrace change at this time. Okay, let's move on. All right. Moving on to card 5. If you pick cards 5, let's see what changes you're undergoing. Alright, you have Ace of Athame, Orphaned, and Protected by Angels. You are cherished by the angels. Now, what I'm seeing with these cards is that you may have a tendency to put yourself in isolation or in solitude away from others, and this can sometimes lead to depression or sadness or loneliness. And these cards are telling me that the change you're undergoing is embracing a new life, is embracing a new start, is seeing the truth within yourself and embracing that you are not alone. There may be times where you feel like you are misunderstood or you're being judged or people just don't get you. And these cards are telling me that you are slowly learning that there are others like you, that there are others who understand you and who can relate to you and your plights. And these cards are encouraging you to open up to that, you know, encouraging you to open up to something new, a new person, a new relationship, of getting out of coming out of that reclusive behavior and going out into the world. And I get that with the Ace of Athame. It's about also seeing your truth and seeing the truth and what's surrounding you, that you are not alone, you know, that you are protected by the angels, you are being heard, you are being guided. Even if you don't feel that you are, there is someone always there that got your back, that got a shoulder for you to cry on, that has an ear for you to vent, that has arms wide open for you for comfort. So, in other words, the changes that you're undergoing is accepting that there are others surrounding you who have your back, who want the best for you and who will be an ear and understand and will listen to you, so you don't have to put yourself in any sort of isolation where you feel like you can't connect with anyone. It's a learning process, and it can take a while to get to where you feel comfortable around others and expressing yourself and opening up, you know. But this is definitely the changes that are kind of stirring within you at this time. Okay, moving on. Let's go to the last cards, card 6. So if you pick card 6, let's see what changes you're undergoing. Okay, you have 3 of Wands. Oh, there's an extra card. 2 of Chalices. I'll keep it. Here and now, and blessings are showering your life. Now, the changes I definitely see are to do with abundance, because with the 3 of Wands, that's exactly what's coming in. There is success coming in. There's abundance coming in. There's a new opportunity coming in. There's something on the horizon that you're waiting to come in. And with 2 of Chalices, that could also be a relationship. That could also be an opportunity. So what changes you're undergoing is accepting that you are definitely at the right place at the right time, and that whatever's coming in for you, you deserve it. Especially the rainbow blessings. Every time I see a rainbow in the cards, I think of future opportunities, gifts that are coming to you. And this is saying blessings are showering your life. So whatever situation you're in now, it's setting you up for abundance. And you have to know that this is something you work towards. This is something you deserve. This is something that's been on the horizon for you for some time. And I do want to say you deserve it, because a lot of what I'm feeling is that you feel like it's not time yet, or you don't have the skills yet, or there's others who are better at what you're doing that deserve it more, or you know, that sort of thing, where you're feeling like you kind of don't really deserve what's coming in for you, and you haven't set your mind on you actually put in this work. You actually set this intention, and you are manifesting this abundance. So it's time to embrace that. It's time to open yourself up to all the things that want to come in your life, be it relationships, be it successes in career or finance, be it successes in luck, in opportunities that or even beyond your vision. It's happening, and it's happening now. So understand that, yes, you may have came from this, but you are definitely growing. You may have started this way, but you are definitely better than you were. You may have a lot of growth to do still. You may have a lot of things to learn, but you are definitely in a position to accept the abundance that's coming your way. So don't worry about the future. Don't worry about the past. Worry about what's going on right now, what you're putting in now, what is happening now. And that's where you will get the most benefit from. Just worry about now, not where you came from, not what you did before, not the mistakes you made. Just understand that now is important for you and your future. Okay, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting. I love getting comments from you and hearing from you guys. Thank you so much for all your support and for subscribing. I'll have more videos like this for you soon, and I will see you soon.